Health Nuts, I'm Nicole from Health Nut Nutrition and welcome back to my channel. With this super cold, snowy weather we've been having lately, all I've been craving are like warm, comforting foods like soups, stews, chilies, and pretty much all the baked goods. So I know I'm not alone, and I thought today would be the perfect time to share with you some healthified comfort food recipes because you know what? Healthy food doesn't always have to mean kale salads and green juice. Sometimes you just have to have something that is both nourishing and comforting. Now, to help me cook and bake up a storm today in the kitchen, I've teamed up with the Home Depot Canada, who are sponsoring today's video, and I want to show off my beautiful new LG Pro Bake convection oven. It is so pretty. You would have already seen a sneak peek of it if you've watched our Friday vlogs. If you don't, you totally should. But it's so beautiful. I love like the trendy matte black finish, the beautiful blue interior. It's like a shiny new car for my kitchen. It's so pretty. I'm in love. So without further ado, we're gonna hop into the recipes. We have something savory and sweet, and I know you're gonna love them both. So let's hop right in. First up, we're making my mushroom leek chicken pot pie. First thing we're gonna do is preheat our oven. We're gonna start with the dough. So in a food processor, this is the easiest way to do it. You're gonna add in your spelt flour, some sea salt, and then just process that to just basically mix the two together. Next, I'm just gonna sprinkle in some chilled cubed butter. I like to use unsalted. And just process that until basically you've reached like a fine crumble. At this point, you can slowly start pouring in some chilled water, and you're just looking for it to basically come together like a dough. This is gonna be for the top of our chicken pot pie, which just basically seals all the flavors underneath. It is essential, and I highly recommend doing this step. On a floured surface, you're just gonna knead it a couple of times just to make sure everything is well incorporated. And then I'm gonna wrap this and pop it into the fridge to chill while we make the filling. Now it's time to make our filling. So I have a large pot here. I'm gonna drizzle in some olive oil, adding in some chopped up chicken thighs. I prefer using dark meat because I feel like there's just more flavor and the pieces are just more tender when baked up in this pie. Just brown the chicken for a few minutes on medium to high heat, and then you can add in your spices. I have onion powder, chili flakes, sage, and a little bit of nutmeg. Season with some sea salt and freshly ground black pepper, and then just stir it all together. It's amazing how just adding a few key spices will really bring a dish to life and give you that ultimate comfort, taste, and feel. I have some sliced up leeks, chopped up onion, and garlic, and just give that a nice toss to saute. I like to cook my onions and garlic first before we add in the rest of the veggies because I find it just intensifies the flavors. Next, I'm adding in carrots, celery, mushrooms, and some white wine. You can also use red wine or beer, really whatever you have on hand, or you could just use extra chicken stock. Stir everything together. This is why you wanna make sure you're using a large pot because there is a lot of volume in this dish, but it's all gonna cook down and come together really deliciously. Once the veggies have had a chance to soften, I'm gonna sprinkle in some arrowroot flour. This is gonna help our sauce thicken up. Just give it a good mix to make sure the flour is well incorporated, and you just wanna cook it for a couple of minutes before adding the rest of our ingredients. To finish it off, I'm adding in some chicken broth, Dijon mustard, and a bay leaf. I forgot to show it, but I also added in some fresh thyme. Both of the recipes I'm featuring in today's video will be linked below in the info box for you guys to check out. Transfer the filling into your casserole dish. I just lightly greased it with some olive oil to prevent it from sticking. And now it's time to finish our dough. So I'm taking it out of the fridge and placing it on a floured surface and just kneading it a little bit, just kind of warm it up slightly so I can get in there and get rolling. So you pretty much just want to roll it to the same size of your casserole dish, whether it's oval or round. You kind of want to mimic that shape. Place your rolled out dough gently over top of your casserole dish and just kind of crimp in the edges so it's laying flat against the inner edge. Make sure to score some lines in the center just to allow the steam to escape when it's cooking in the oven. For a finishing touch, I like to sprinkle it with some more fresh thyme and then pop this into the convection oven to bake and get delicious. One of my favorite features about this oven is the fact that it's a convection oven, meaning it's gonna heat up more evenly and cook everything that much better. I am setting my timer so I don't forget about it. I am one of those people that has to have the timer set anytime I'm cooking, otherwise I get distracted with something else and I wanna make sure my recipes are cooking for the exact temperature that they need to. I use the broil setting for the last couple of minutes just to get a nice golden browning on top. Let it rest to slightly cool down, and then you can cut into it and serve. And obviously after dinner, you need dessert. So we are making my triple chocolate zucchini brownies with a delicious chocolate icing right on top. In a large bowl, you're gonna mix together coconut sugar, coconut oil that's been melted and is still slightly warm, and vanilla, and then whisk until well incorporated. Crack in your eggs and then whisk again until smooth. Set that aside, and then in another bowl, we're gonna mix together our dry ingredients. I have some buckwheat flour, almond flour, cocoa powder, baking soda, and some sea salt. Give it a quick mix, and then we're gonna incorporate this into our wet mixture. And then whisk until smooth and until it starts to look like a brownie batter. Oh, and did I mention this has veggies in it? We're adding in some grated zucchini that has also been strained. The full directions will be on my blog. And then we're also adding in some chocolate chunks. These brownies are so decadent and delicious. You'll never know there's hidden veggies in here. The zucchini just really adds a lot of moisture and really gives it a nice texture when you bite into it. Transfer the batter into a baking pan lined with parchment paper. This will just make it easier to remove once it's done baking. Smooth out the top with your spatula, making sure you get in all the corners, and then pop it into the oven to bake and rise and get all gooey and delicious inside. So I told you guys this is a triple chocolate brownie recipe. So the final chocolate is gonna be in the icing that we're gonna make to go on top. In a small food processor, I have some coconut sugar icing that I made myself with regular coconut sugar. The directions will be on the blog. Cocoa powder, melted coconut oil, vanilla extract, and a large ripe avocado. The avocado makes this icing incredibly smooth while adding in some healthy fats to your dessert. Blend this all up until there's no more powdery bits left, until you've reached this gooey, glorious chocolate icing. This may be the best icing I've ever created. Evenly spread the chocolate icing over top of the cooled brownies. If this isn't comfort food, I seriously don't know what is. These brownies are everything my chocolate dreams are made of. I know you guys are gonna love this recipe, especially after you eat the chicken pot pie. They just go hand in hand, if you ask me. There you have it, 2 cozy night worthy comfort food recipes I know you guys will love. Let me know in the comments down below which one was your favorite. Was it the savory, flaky chicken pot pie or the sweet, gooey, and decadent chocolate brownies? I would love to know. Now, if you're loving the new LG Pro Bake convection oven as much as I have been, you can check out the link below in the info box for more details about it. Fun fact, there's a really awesome EasyClean function, which Matt really likes because I happen to be a really messy cook and baker, if you didn't know, and I've already spilled stuff on the bottom of the oven. So I know I'm the worst, but I'm gonna clean it using that function, and it's gonna be so easy because it's like 3 steps. You just like spray it with water, heat it up, and wipe, and so easy, no chemicals, and I love that. Now, before you click off, make sure you hit that red subscribe button down below. I post on my channel every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I would love to see you guys back here. So thank you so much. Oh, before we go, we're gonna taste a brownie because these are honestly the best brownies, maybe best dessert I've ever made on my channel. Oh my goodness. Like this is, if this isn't comfort food, I don't know what is. They are just so gooey and fudgy and delicious. I love them so much. Oh my God. That's actually the best thing ever. I'm gonna cry.